Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and my review of Talkspace, the online therapy company. So as you might have seen in some of my earlier videos, I've been testing out a few online therapy services recently, and I decided to start seeing a therapist because of stress and some other things that I was going through, both from my personal life and from work. I told my wife about what I was going through, and she was a lot more concerned about it than I was, and she politely suggested that I speak to a professional about it. At that point, I had never talked to a professional before, so I was a bit hesitant, but we both agreed that I'd give it a shot just for a couple of sessions. And purely because of the convenience at first, I decided to try out online therapy. So I researched a few online therapy platforms, and in terms of work, I make reviews like these online anyways, talking about all sorts of companies. So I figured I might as well track my therapy experience by reviewing the therapy platforms that I learned about. So in this video, I'll share my experience with Talkspace and compare it to other platforms that I've looked into, like BetterHelp, Brightside, and onlinetherapy.com. I'll go into Talkspace's unique features, their pros and cons, as well as their pricing to help you decide if it's the right platform for you or not. And even though they don't offer as many free add-ons as BetterHelp, they do give you the ability to get unlimited sessions as well as offer psychiatric services. This means that unless it's a controlled substance that you're looking for, they can actually prescribe medication if you need it, which is something that a lot of other platforms don't offer. But before I really get into it, I just want to clarify that this is not a sponsored review. My goal is to provide an honest, unbiased opinion based on my personal experience. And for me, therapy has really helped me deal with my stress and anxiety, which as usual proved my wife right about the benefits that talking to a professional would have for me. And as with pretty much all of my reviews, I was able to find a discounted link, which you won't be able to find if you go directly to their website. So if at any point you want to check out Talkspace with a bit of a discount, I left the link down in the description, so feel free to use it while it's available. Okay. So for those of you who are new to Talkspace, like I was, they opened for business in 2012, and they do have an app to connect with a therapist and schedule sessions. And I really like that they offer unlimited messages between you and your therapist outside of your sessions. Of course, your therapist might not be able to get to you right away, but it's great to be able to share your emotions and thoughts in that moment. Oh, and like I said, for those who are interested, they do also offer psychiatric support, which means you can get a prescription for medicine if you need it. Now, they don't prescribe controlled drugs like Xanax or Valium, but they are able to prescribe a lot of other non-controlled medications that help with a lot of different things. To find out if they're able to prescribe what you're looking for, what you might be looking for, feel free to check out their website, which lists all of the drugs that they're legally allowed to prescribe. Also, one of the biggest benefits, in my opinion, is that if you get a prescription through them, they work with a network of pharmacies around the country, and they can have your prescriptions delivered right to your door, generally within a day or two, which is super convenient and a nice added bonus of using Talkspace Psychiatry. So to sign up, all you need to do is click the link down in the description, hit get started, answer a couple questions about why you're looking to get therapy and what you hope to gain from it. Then enter your details, and then they'll email you a confirmation code. Now, I should also mention that they offer a professional therapy for businesses and companies looking to sign up for employees. And they do work with a lot of insurance companies for that to help offset a lot of the costs. So just confirm on their website if you want to double check that they cover your provider. Okay, so now I want to take a look at what specifically they offer and how much it costs. So Talkspace has 4 plans for you to choose from. And the first is called the therapy plan. On it, you schedule sessions with your therapist 5 days a week, and it costs roughly $70 a week. But one issue is that this plan does limit you to only being able to speak to your therapist through messages in the app. Now, I went with video calls because I feel that face-to-face communication, even online, really helps a lot. But if you want face-to-face, it does cost $100 a week, but I'd highly recommend using it. And then if you'd like to include workshops in your plan, which is where they offer you access to online talks on a bunch of different things, you'll pay an extra $10 a week. Okay, so like I said, Talkspace also offers psychiatric assistance, which is where you'll be able to get prescribed medication. Naturally, this costs more. It starts at about $299 for your initial evaluation, and then roughly $175 for any additional meetings with a psychologist after that. Now, they do offer a discount if you choose to buy a bundle of sessions after your initial evaluation. And again, if you do feel like trying any of their plans out with a bit of a discount, be sure to check out the link that I left down in the description, as the discount is not available if you go directly to their website. Now, they also offer therapy for teens, which not all the services out there do, and it costs the same as regular therapy, but they don't offer psychiatric support for anyone under 18, so you'd probably need an in-person professional for that. And lastly, they also offer couples counseling for you and your partner or spouse, which costs about $440 a month for one session per week. All right. So now that we've talked about the specifics of their plans, I want to quickly go over some of the negatives that I experience and some reasons why they may or may not be an issue for you. Firstly, there are platforms out there like BetterHelp that don't charge you anything extra for sending messages to your therapist anytime you want, and they give you free workshops as well. Whereas with Talkspace, you'll have to pay a bit extra for both of these features. Another issue is that even though they claim to give you unlimited sessions per week with your therapist, it's really based on the availability of your therapist, and the likelihood that you get more than 2 or 3 video calls is kind of low. Just twice I managed to get 2 sessions in a week, and I forgot to mention earlier that depending on your therapist's availability, sessions can go for up to 50 or so minutes. Now, I was grateful that they never rushed me during my sessions. They let me speak and get out all my thoughts, which allowed me the space to really dive deep into the stuff that was going on for me. So let's see how they performed and some things that I specifically liked about them. Firstly, the actual therapy that I had was pretty terrific. The therapist was patient and insightful, and surprisingly, he was able to read me pretty well. He was really punctual, which is a trait that I really appreciate in general. It's actually one of my pet peeves if people don't value my time enough and keep me waiting, and it has not happened once in the 2 months that I've been with him. On top of that, I really enjoyed being able to message him outside of the sessions to share my thoughts in the moment, which has helped me prompt discussion during my sessions. Plus, they give me some great stress management tips that I use to this day. They also guarantee that your therapist will respond within a certain amount of time, which means that you won't be left hanging for too long. In terms of my therapist, I really feel like he took my concerns seriously and that my time was being valued, which is really important to me because I'm a really, really busy guy. And if you don't feel like your therapist is paying attention to you, it seriously decreases the effectiveness of therapy. And by the way, if you aren't connecting with your therapist for whatever reason, you can switch therapists at any time on their platform. And while I didn't personally need psychiatric help, I do like that they offer it, and I ended up recommending them to a friend who was looking for help for her father. And she told me that they were able to help her out, and it even saved her a bit of money and time by using Talkspace rather than the psychiatrist they've been driving an hour and a half to get back and forth from every week, which is great because she told me that the medication isn't cheap, so being able to save where she can is a nice bonus for her. And even though they don't give prescriptions for controlled substances, I really like that they offer you the option to get your meds delivered right to your door within about a day and a half or so. And again, if you want to see what they're able to prescribe, it's all pretty straightforward right on their website. So feel free to check out the medications if they're an issue for you. Okay, so overall, would I recommend Talkspace? I definitely would. They theoretically give you unlimited sessions per week, which means that you can do more frequent and intensive therapy, and they've been really good at taking everything that I'm going through really seriously. My therapist has been nothing shy of professional, serious, and was really helpful. He has an aura about him that sort of relaxes me, and I really look forward to our sessions every week. Also, generally, even though I didn't use it myself, I really like that they offered reasonably priced psychiatric help. I think it gives the entire platform a level of authority that a lot of other platforms don't have. And I also just think that it's important for people to know they don't have to spend an arm and a leg or commute someplace far away and wait in some waiting room to get access to a licensed therapist or psychiatrist who can prescribe medications for them. So that about sums up my honest experience with Talkspace, and I do hope that it helps you form a clear image of what they're about. As I said, it's important to take your mental health seriously, and if you feel like you need help, don't waste the time like I did. It really can help. So just to reiterate, if you do want to check out Talkspace with a bit of a discount, be sure to use the link that I dropped down in the description because you won't be able to get the discount if you go straight to their website. Now, I try to cover everything in these reviews, but if there's something you feel like I didn't touch on or would like answered, feel free to leave a comment and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And as per usual, I really appreciate this support, so be sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more honest reviews like this one. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.